Camp Knutson's just an incredible place for kids with identified needs. We're serving over 1,200 campers in June and the first week of September each and every year. We serve quite a variety of kids with quite a number of needs, whether it be a medical need or some level of disability. You know, quite a number of different needs that kids do have. It's unprecedented times right now for us here at Camp K. We had to make the difficult decision about mid-May that we were not going to be able to have campers with us this summer. Myself, my staff, all of our volunteers, we miss all of our camp friends dearly. We've been doing everything in our power to be able to ensure that we're keeping our connections with our whole community going strong. You know, every summer here at camp is precious. Every summer here at camp really truly matters. And we're all doing our best to be able to keep our community going strong and ensure that our future here at Camp K is a healthy one and a safe one. And we just can't wait to be back around the campfire with everyone again.
Welcome to Night Under the Stars. It's a special event for a special place. Camp Knutson is great, and it's a very special place, as most of you know. Thank you for coming to our virtual event and participating, and realize that the camp needs you, the camp needs your donations, the camp needs your energy, the camp needs your participation when you can in any way, shape, or form, and we'll make it shine. The start of Camp Knutson, it happened in 1953, and it was owned by Harold Knutson, who was a congressman from Minnesota, and he had one of the buildings on grounds, and he wanted to deed the camp to Lutheran Social Service, and that had been a wish of his mother, and so he did that and dedicated it to his mother. And his only restrictions were, number one, their house, which is on grounds at the camp, remain intact and be part of the camp. And then he had another request that it always be used for kids with disabilities and special needs. And so that was his hope to have that happen, and that's what's happened. And it's just incredible, and it just gets better. I hope for the future that COVID-19 gets under control and manageable so camp can reopen and the kids can come and not have to worry and just feel absolutely at home again.
I've been coming up here for 13 years, so I remember the first time and every time since. It's a very special place.
Pat's so genuine and authentic and passionate about LSS and our services, but also, like, personally, professionally, he understands fully what our mission is here at camp.
When I drive into camp, I turn off the radio and roll down the window, no matter what the weather, because it's a different kind of spiritual, for me, place, and it's a sacred ground. I think about how many kids have had their lives changed here. It's a beautiful model.
We're just trying to really make people live their best lives and feel that they are living their best lives and creating lifelong memories.
The mission is so compatible with every line of service and meeting people where they are, and you do that so well, Jared, and giving them the experience of a lifetime, an abundant life. That's what we want to do everywhere for all Minnesotans. And it's just this simple love for the neighbor that you and your stellar staff do better than anyone.
It's definitely been a hard summer to not have campers here with us, being able to meet with their camp friends and feel the in-person presence of our whole camp community.
This has been a summer unlike any one I've experienced, and we say, you know, LSS has been through 156 years and 2 world wars and the Great Depression, and we did look up, and there's been 8 worldwide pandemics that LSS has survived through. Camp Knutson has its own challenges this year as well. But what it has is what we're saying right here, rooted with love. We have a huge community of supporters that we are so grateful for. This community of donors, the volunteers, you have the best staff in the world. We have the LSS network that's going to support this hugely important place. I would offer that Camp Knutson's kind of the spiritual home of LSS in all 87 counties. You're doing exactly the right thing from my perspective, is you're dreaming big. You're taking this summer, you're doing some improvements around the grounds. Now is a great time to envision camp for the next 10, 20, 30 years, because it's only going to be more important.
I know coming out of this, more and more families, more and more campers, we're just, you know, people need camp in their lives. They need to physically feel it, they need to be a part of it, and know that they're a part of something that's bigger than themselves. You know, I think that's what I live for. You know, it gives me purpose, that, you know, knowing that I'm a part of something bigger than me.
Really good. She's really good. Where's up there?
This is a repeat after me song.
This is a repeat after me song.
And a do as I do song.
And a do as I do song.
There was a great big moose.
There was a great big moose.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
There was a great big moose.
There was a great big moose.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
He liked to drink a lot of juice.
Singing way-oh, way-oh.
Singing way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh. Camp K means we're all welcome to be who we are.
Camp K means see all the joyful faces on two brides.
Camp K means every day is an adventure.
Camp K means I'm a part of a community.
Camp K means providing a safe place for everyone to feel included.
Wow. Dang, Ellie. Now I'm crying. I gotta think for a second. Singing way-oh, way-oh.
Singing way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Way-oh, 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 way-oh.
Even though we are not able to physically gather with our campers this summer, we are doing everything that we possibly can to make sure that our campers are connected, they feel loved, and they feel supported. Our volunteers have graciously handwritten cards to each and every one of our campers who would have been here this summer, and they have made jewelry and sent the jewelry on, and we are also providing virtual camp experiences this summer for a couple of our camp partner groups. We've had about 10 new campers join us online this week who've never been to Camp Knutson before. So we are doing the best we can to foster that Camp K culture over a computer screen. Camp is a place of resilience, of friendship, and of connection. And so for us to be able to create that environment and provide that hope for 2021 and beyond is truly amazing and inspiring to me, to know that in the future summers, hopefully we're able to serve more campers and provide more meaningful opportunities for them.
Hey, Glenn.
It's great to be here.
Good to have you here.
Here we are.
Yeah, no doubt. Not many people know this, but I call Glenn up quite frequently to get advice. Glenn is a huge advocate for Camp K, but also just a really great friend.
The first time I met Jared, I knew that he was the right choice for Camp K. He has a heart for the place. He has passion for the mission. He cares about the counselors, the campers. I felt gratitude for him serving in this role, and I also felt personally connected to him. I mean, I can tell that he cares deeply about this. For me, this is personal. I haven't shared this with a lot of people, but I grew up in a family without a lot of financial resources. So when I walk on this campus and see what this experience means to these kids, it's seared in my own heart that these opportunities wouldn't exist without others making these opportunities happen. For me personally, I would have never had the chance to go to camp in the summer without scholarships and underwriting these opportunities. So, you know, it has become a personal mission to me to be supportive, to help camp, to raise as much funds as we can. And I think it's making a difference in these kids' lives.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that with me. That's something I didn't know. You know, it's about stewardship. It's about responsibility. It's about helping your neighbor. And, you know, I don't think that there's a greater responsibility in my life outside of being a dad, you know, and kind of being a dad to a bunch of campers per se while they're here. Like, I care about them and their safety and well-being, But it's about stewardship. It's about being able to take care of something and make it grow and make it be the best that it can be.
Camp Knutson, it's opened my eyes up to the world because you get to meet different people each summer and you get to reconnect with everyone each summer.
Prior to birth, we didn't know that there were any health issues for Roman. 8 hours after delivery, they realized that there was a problem.
We may not talk for the entire year, but then we get together for that week and it's like nothing's happened. And that's only a type of relationship that happens at camp.
So he had 3 surgeries, the first one at 5 days old, then the second one at 6 months, and then 2.5 years.
It's almost impossible to describe the type of environment that is at camp. It's such an open and friendly environment. Everyone's friends with everyone, everyone's laughing, smiling, and giving high fives. You don't see that everywhere, but at Camp Knutson, you see that everywhere there.
When he was 15, we ended up getting transferred down to Mayo Clinic in Rochester, and that's when they started talking about a transplant. A week after his 16th birthday, he had his 4th open heart surgery, and that was a transplant.
At camp, everyone is their happiest. It's just somewhere we can let go of everything. You don't have to worry about anything. We don't have our phones either, so that kind of helps.
It took a little bit for us to actually understand what camp was, and the great thing of how much fundraising went into it to make it affordable for all campers.
At school, you walk around and you're like, you're maybe like the only one, or there's 2 people like you. Well, at camp, everyone's like you, so you can relate on a more personal level to each other than you can with someone else.
There's a cardiologist on site for the week with the kids. Every cabin has a nurse. So it's one nurse for maybe 10 or 12 kids. And there's 2 counselors for every cabin. So there's definitely a lot of support staff if needed.
As any parent, you're nervous to send your kid off when they're, don't have any kind of condition or disorder. But especially, when you're sending them for the first time away, you're nervous about it. Like, are they going to be cared for the way that you would care for them? You just feel how special it is and how they're just truly providing an experience for these children who, most of them, don't have a normal experience, right? They might look different or health-wise can't do things that other kids can do. But at that camp, it's like it doesn't exist, right? Yeah. You're with kids with other skin conditions and kids like you, and I was totally comfortable. I mean, it's kind of like this big weight lifted off your shoulders that you can send your child to a place that they're cared for the way that you can do it and that they're having the time of their lives, right?
Well, it feels like I just got away from family for like 5 days, but it also, it feels pretty nice knowing that there's kids like me.
You just are in the moment and you're happy. You're not taking stuff for granted. You're just having fun, and there's nothing stopping you from doing that.
Night on the Stars is our biggest fundraising event that we have for camp every year. We do rely heavily on the donations and the commitments that people make tonight for it to really go as far as it can for our campers. And as you know, Glenn, like this year is a completely different summer than we've ever had before.
We're in the midst of an international crisis that we will likely only see once in our lifetime.
I hope so.
And we can't gather. And look at what's happening. We have the community rallying behind Camp K. We're doing this virtual event. People are logging on from across the country to be a part of this because people want to make a difference. People want to do good work. I mean, it is inspiring to see what people are doing during this moment of incredibly trying times. So Jared, this is the moment that we can make the greatest difference. This is our giving moment where we can work together as a community to lay the foundation for financial strength into the next coming years. As everyone knows, this is a tough time. In our country, it's particularly tough for camps. We've had no campers here this summer, and every gift that you make matters. It's making a difference. It will help support our staff. It'll help support campers next year. It will also help with necessary improvements that we have on the campus. I am so pleased to announce that from the generosity of two amazing families, we have a match tonight. So every gift will be matched dollar for dollar up to $50,000. One of the families is from here in northern Minnesota that's doing this. The other family is from the Twin Cities. Thank you to those families. Again, every gift will be matched up to $50,000. We are also super excited to announce that we have had some lead gifts come in to get us started. So the Schumachers tonight, they are giving us $7,500 towards this $50,000 match. Thank you to the Schumachers. They're also volunteers here at camp. The Ide family, they're giving us $5,000. Thank you to the Ides. They're also volunteers. They work here at camp. And the Clappers, they're giving us $1,000. So we're well over $13,000 to get us started. Every gift matters. Whether you give $5,000, $500, or $50, you can take a moment right now. On your screen is a link. You can go to that website, make a gift. Every gift matters. Let's do this together. We're going to raise $100,000 to support camp in this critical time. So now, Jared, we're gonna have some fun. You have some great premier auction items tonight.
Yeah, we sure do. I mean, lots of amazing things that were contributed by people throughout the community and volunteers. And actually, we have one of the most fun people I know. One of our volunteers, Christy, is gonna help take on this section because she's our volunteer that helped lead up our auction committee.
She's an auctioneer in training. She's going to be the auctioneer next year for Night Under the Stars.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
I'm going to leave it in your guys' hands and have a good time.
Chrissy, I'm excited about this auction that we're going to promote. Matter of fact, I feel like this is the nonprofit version of Antiques Roadshow because we have some amazing pieces. Tell us about this piece. I think your neighbor did this piece.
Yes, my neighbor on the lake did this piece. It's a beautiful piece in black walnut made. It's a table runner, and I had never seen a table runner like this before.
It's a beautiful piece of art. You could have many bottles of wine on that piece too if you really had a grand occasion.
Yes, yes.
Sam, we want to thank you for donating your time, for your leadership, for amazing skills. It's absolutely beautiful. Every time you bid, you're making a difference. So thank you, Sam, for this donation. Again, bidding's open until 8:30 tonight. So Chrissy, let's talk about our second piece.
This is another amazing piece made by one of our people up here in the Cross Lake community. It's a steel image of the Whitefish chain. It's so exciting because people who live on the Whitefish chain always want to have something on their wall and they can say, I live here or wherever. And it has the Whitefish chain lettering on it, and then it also has a custom frame on it too. So it'd be a beautiful piece to have on your wall.
I always like to know the history of these pieces, of who created them. The backstory is so interesting. Here's a piece that was made for us to support Camp K tonight. Every time you bid, you're making a difference. Again, you can bid till 8:30 on all of our premier auction items. Thank you, Claude. And Christy, tell us about our third piece. I think we're going to profile a quilt here in a second.
We are.
This is a beautiful piece, an absolutely beautiful piece that we're going to talk about next. It's remarkable. It's queen size, fall colors.
Queen size, absolutely. It's machine piece. It is so beautiful. I always think about the little individual tiny pieces that people have spent hours on pulling it all together. It takes a village to make a quilt. All the Cross Lake community coming together to make this quilt is like the Cross Lake community coming together to support camp.
We want to thank Brenda Peterson. She produced the piece, she coordinated it. I know we had other community members that were involved and made donations to it, but a huge thank you to Brenda for sharing her talents with us. Now, my dad's been an auctioneer for 40 years, and here's this quilt joke. It's gonna be a super cold winter, so the more you bid, the more you're gonna use this quilt.
There you go, absolutely makes sense.
Here we go. Christy, our fourth item tonight, this is our only non-physical item. This is a great opportunity. Tell us about the fishing experience.
There have been a number of people from Camp Knutson area who have gone up to Borderview Lodge and gone fishing every year. And this year they weren't able to go, but we were so happy that Borderview Lodge decided that they would still go ahead and make this wonderful, wonderful donation. It's 2 nights lodging, 2 days of fishing, 6 meals, and for 2 people at Borderview Lodge. And the wonderful thing about it is that it has a nice relationship with Camp Knutson. A number of people cannot go to Canada this year fishing, so here's an opportunity to stay in Lake of the Woods in Minnesota and enjoy a great fishing package.
A couple other things. You can use this until October 15th of 2021, so you have 18 months essentially to use it. That's a big deal. We also have seen a lot of strength in these local trips and getaways since COVID happened. A lot of people want to do things that they can drive to. It's local. Everybody likes Lake of the Woods, a great place. Christy has agreed to come and clean your fish, so that has added to the value. The price went way up because of that. Again, thank you to our donors at package number 4. You can bid till 8:30 tonight. Thank you for all of your support. Christy, I'm excited about our final piece. Not only is it beautiful, it has a great Camp K story and background. It is made by one of our directors here at the camp, and we're excited that he's with us. Denny, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your talents with us. Tell us about the chest that you've made.
It's made out of butternut that was harvested off of camp, and it was cut down about 5 years ago. It was a dead tree. It's been cut into boards a couple years ago, and it's been drying. And I don't know what else I can say about it.
It's absolutely gorgeous. You know what I love about it? Not only is it beautiful, it's a great Camp K story. That the wood is from the campus, that you personally made it. You've been the maintenance director for 7 years. You have a deep commitment to the camp. I think it's a great a piece to remember this moment of time. You'll always remember Camp K. This thing will be around a long time after COVID is gone. So, Danny, can you tell everyone to bid really high right now?
Yes, bid high and bid often.
Bid high and bid often. Well, thank you, Denny, for you sharing your talents. Thank you. It's a beautiful piece. You can bid till 8:30 tonight on our blanket chest. Every time you bid, you're making a difference. Thank you, everyone, for rallying behind our premier auction.
Hi, I am a poet.
And Owen is a part of the Down syndrome camp.
Yes.
How many years have you been going to camp, Owen?
5.
And what does camp mean to you?
It's a Venus and mix memories.
Why do you want to go back every year?
Every year, I like to swim, paint, and eat the s'mores.
The one thing I most enjoy about Camp Knutson is I like the archery and the water sports, and I really like that I get to spend time with friends and not have to worry about being like left out with any of my heart problems.
You learn new things. Like I learned what's poison ivy and is not poison ivy.
The hard way, right?
Yes.
I keep going back to camp in order to try new activities every year and to build and maintain lasting friendships.
What other activity do you like?
Horseback riding.
And do you have a favorite horse?
Yes, my horse is Bella.
I'm really looking forward to seeing more friends next year.
Camp is one of my favorite places in the whole world.
What was one of your favorite memories about being at camp, Owen?
My birthday camp is dancing with Lauren and Sarah.
Where did you dance with Lauren and Sarah?
At prom.
Sweet.
Good.
Camp just means so much to me because it's a place where I can go make new friends, keep my old friends that will always be there forever.
There's so much fun there. We have, well, lots of activities there. There's bowling with pizza and french fries and crafts and ice cream and park.
Camp brings up happiness and joy because I know when I go to camp, everyone feels accepted and respected for who they are.
My favorite activities to do at camp is tubing and waterfront and night activities.
What are you looking forward to with camp next year?
Next year, I want to see my friends.
Nice.
Very nice.
So when I leave, I miss my family. Well, for the first time, I missed my family, but then every day I got used to it.
First time I was there, I made some friends. I loved the counselors and campers.
One thing that Todd and I would like to add is that we are very fortunate to be able to send Owen to camp, and we are thankful that when we leave, he's in great hands. The counselors and all the staff are well trained.
Camp is always a ball every year. A cannonball!
Owen's never, ever said anything bad about camp. He's enjoyed every piece of it. He's happy when we pick him up and asleep by the time we leave the parking lot. So I know that he's been active and yapping the whole week. So thank you for that.
So thank you, Camp Knutson.
Thank you very much for 4 days away from him.
Yeah.
The future at Camp Knutson, I feel, is incredibly bright. You know, we have grown in our services the last 5 years by nearly 20% in terms of our campers. We've actually added some new partners to camp as well. We're starting to add programs outside of the summer for family camps and for opportunities for people to do programming outside of our regular season schedule. We know right now that campers need camp desperately. And we know as we come out of this pandemic and outbreak that campers and families, even more folks out there, are going to need camp in their lives too. I'm incredibly optimistic about the future of camp. I mean, this is one of the more challenging times that Camp Knutson's had in its entire 67-year history. But we've been through tough times before, and our community, our supporters, our campers, our partners, our community is just so strongly knit that I have a lot of faith and belief in our community, and I know our community has a lot of faith and belief in our campers.
We live here about 5 miles by boat from the camp, and it's fantastic, especially in the wintertime, to see the stars.
You can literally, on some evenings, see the whole Milky Way.
You go out on the docks or down on the beach, it's beautiful. The stars are spectacular.
The water, the land, the trees make you feel small, make you feel like there's something bigger than yourself.
There's a lot of memories here.
Seeing these young children having fun, enjoying life, just being together and loved, and it's awesome.
I was picking children up at the Brainerd Airport, and they had been flown in by volunteers who, had their private planes. These were kids who came from some distance. And so I was allowed to pick them up and bring them to camp. And these 3 children came from very different locations, had not met each other before, but just in the 45, 50 minutes in the car, they became really good friends. And I just feel, privileged to witness that.
I just think that the kids who come here are children that often are compromised medically. Not all, but many are. And maybe they feel marginalized in their everyday life, but they come here and they're with their peers. They're one of the gang. And really that's, I think, where the magic happens.
It means so much. They're accepted, they're loved, they have fun, they can do things that they never otherwise would be able to do.
The kids are just the most amazing children, so welcoming, so lighthearted amidst all their illnesses and bandages or whatnot they happen to have for that particular camp that week. They're filled with joy, and that's infectious, and it just spreads. So I can't wait to come back each time.
I'm blessed to have the opportunity to live in this beautiful place, blessed to have the opportunity to be at this camp.
Goodnight Sweethearts, it's something I look forward to at the end of each day. And then as a senior, all the seniors got to go through on the last night and do it with the K staff. It's just something special. Like, because people who don't go to that camp won't understand it in a way. But if you do go to the camp, you understand the significance of that song, because they make it special for the campers.
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
You make camp a better place.
You float our boat. We have happy campers because of you. Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Camp is more fun because of you.
Thank you for your support.
So thank you so very much from the bottom of all of our hearts, all of us here at Camp K. Thank you for joining us and being a part of our mission here at camp, and for giving of yourselves to our campers. Your support is more needed than ever before here at Camp K. And again, we cannot thank you enough for choosing to be a part of this life-giving mission. Thank you so much.
Good night, sweethearts! From the bottom of our Camp K hearts, thank you!